let's talk about this image plan. So step one is to categorize the product. Point is that once we have this image plan, it helps us to get better understanding of what we want, and additionally and more importantly, it helps to get the point across to the designer that, hey, this is what we want, this is what you need to deliver, right? So categorize your product. Is the product easy or hard to understand? And here, oh my God, everyone, including me, overestimates the understanding of what people have. Because typically people spend like just a few seconds, 1, 2, 3 seconds looking at product image, like the small thumbnail, and they need to get the understanding what it is, what's the product, how to use it, and what's the benefit. And oftentimes when we are selling products, we fail at this like so bad. We think that, oh, of course this is easy to understand, like just how to use this, but that's because we have worked with this product already for a certain time, and we have possibly even held it on our hands, so we know all the details, and we actually know too much. We know too much technical mumbo jumbo that completely like distorts our perception of understanding the potential customer who doesn't know any of this, and who's just browsing on Amazon looking for a gift item to buy to their spouse or whatever. When that kind of person just browse so our little thumbnail on Amazon, so it's not even seeing the home product listing, just a thumbnail, just a small image. Like, does that person understand what the product is? So that's something that we really need to consider, is that because if the product is really difficult to understand, then okay, it's not the end of the world. It just means that we need to put more efforts into making sure that people understand what it is, so that people get the right expectation. Like, as mentioned, it's all about the expectations that we give to the potential customers. It's not only about the sale. Sure, we would get tons of sales. We would get all the sales in the world if we just give this unrealistic claims that our product cures cancer. Well, yeah, if we would make a claim like this, we would get all the sales. But when people actually started to use that product, then there's the expectation, oh, okay, so this product doesn't cure cancer, so it's a false claim. So it's not only about getting the sales, it's about getting the sale in such a manner that they also have the right expectation. Step one, categorizing also includes logic-driven, emotional-driven. We need to address both, but the thing is that certain things, like I mentioned, like that clothing, fashion, blah blah blah, those areas, those are like close to 100% like emotional driven. Then analyzing the competitors. So what angles will make you click personally? So it's always good to start looking at this, what the competitors are doing, because we need to be better than the competitors. But let's say that, okay, we are not creative person at all. We have no idea. We don't know how to do imagery. Okay, la-di-da. So let's do some research. Let's look at what is happening on the market currently. So I think that all these same competitors are using the same set of imagery. They have 4 pictures, and they all use these different types of pictures. Well, there's probably a reason for that. So maybe they all are adding like effects like water drops. So maybe it's about that. Okay, it's about water resistant, or the product is waterproof or whatever. So what are they adding on their main images? is there extra product or packaging? And main image, the thumbnail, that's number one thing that we need to focus on, because I mean, we need to be able to beat all the competitors. So let's say that when we land on the first page and all the person has to see from us, I mean, it's the price, it's the title and the image. And as I mentioned, the price is absolutely the main factor in making the buying decision. But I mean, besides that, it's going to be the image. How does that small, tiny thumbnail image look compared to all the competitors? So do they have these benefit signs, for example, 100% stainless, or what do they don't have that we can actually add there, right? Then step number 3 is creating a better main image. Yeah, that's absolute thing. Is there something extra that we could add, make it a bit of kind of like a, not bundle, but kind of like add-on stuff? Is there what is the X factor that we could actually do? So, or we could add more quantity, or use better packaging, gift item, or create for other segments like men to women, or downgrading materials to sell cheaper. So that's always an option, and that's what actually, I mean, this is a great tactic that actually the Chinese always use, because if you push them to give cheaper price, I want cheaper price, if you're really aggressive in getting the cheaper price, then they might actually give you the cheaper price, but they are also going to downgrade the materials, meaning that they are going to use less expensive materials, and oftentimes, or maybe oftentimes, that's not what we want. So we always need to be cautious about that if we are being really aggressive about negotiating for the lowest price. But anyway, that can also be an advantage. Okay, we are seeing that all these competitors are using certain materials. So let's talk with the supplier that what if we could actually change this to something else? Okay, what would happen to the price? Oh, actually, it's actually, we can use these certain materials, so then it's like cheaper, so we can actually get the price lower. Or then combine all of these, everything listed here, right? That's ideally, I mean, not necessarily this selling cheaper. I mean, it doesn't apply for everything, but otherwise, I mean, even these different segments and gift quantity, extra items, that's certainly things that we should be considering. And cheaper doesn't necessarily mean that it's lower quality. I mean, oftentimes it means it's going to be a lower quality item, but it could also mean that we just use different material than all the competitors are using. Then listing all the images you would like to create. Image number 1, how to use it. Image number 2, special features, maybe this rotation, where you can use it, why choose us, some kind of comparison, why your product is so important and easy to use, how to install, setup, if applicable. And this is all about, I mean, the expectation comes here. People need to know how to assemble it, because you can imagine the frustration like when people receive the product, but then they don't know how to assemble it, or they have the wrong expectation because they thought for some reason that no, it's going to be pre-packed, but no, of course it's not pre-packed. You need to package it yourself, so assemble it yourself, like with IKEA. So if people don't have clear understanding on what to do, then it's gonna hurt that expectation. And then dimensions, size comparison to other household items. So it's not only about listing inches and metrics, so but it's also about comparing to something that they already know, so we don't get those complaints that, oh, okay, 1-star review, it's the wrong size, it's smaller than I actually expected. And what's inside the packaging, what is actually included there. So I mean, then step 5 is actually also you should basically use ChatGPT all the time for just getting ideas and brainstorming ideas. For example, I didn't understand like like my spouse was talking about some kind of some title, some career or whatever. I had no idea what it meant. So I just like asked ChatGPT. I mean, tell me what is this? What does this title mean? And what does it do? Okay, so what's the education? But okay, so what kind of like career options or whatever. So I mean, it's beneficial to just use ChatGPT as your like go-to guy who can tell you useful things in a matter of seconds. Write it, and in 5 seconds you already have a better idea, or you at least have something to work with. So here's a prompt that you can use. Just okay, and with ChatGPT or with any AI, it always depends on the input. I mean, output depends on the input. So which means that if you give low quality input, then it's gonna result in low quality output as well. So yeah. Next, step 6, find photo references online. So we can use the suggestions that we got from ChatGPT to find or create this reference in these sites. So, okay, Amazon, what are the competitors doing, or Pinterest, Google, Firefly, Midjourney, Shutterstock, and then pretty much finishing the image plan. So here are the steps for each specific images. And like I mentioned, it depends so much on the category. It depends so much on the product, because is it more about emotions or is it more about logic? I mean, you need to address both in your listing, but it's still about like what you want to emphasize. Like, let's say that you are selling some kind of what could be screwdriver. Like, imagine if you just there would be a brand that is just like advertising screwdriver with like all with lifestyle and emotional branding and emotional images. I mean, it would start to feel pretty fake. Like, I mean, this is a screwdriver. Why are they just going so aggressive about, this screwdriver is going to change your life. It's going to do this and that kind of impact. I mean, it just would feel so forced. It wouldn't feel right anymore. So that's why it depends on the product, and it depends on the category, and it depends on the needs, that what are the things that we really want to be emphasizing. So, okay, is the product easy or hard to understand? Is it more about logic, or is it more about emotion? And all images have to be 2000 pixels. Main images. Point is to grab the attention. I mean, sign out from the crowd. And the thing is that it's all about the thumbnail, right? That's really the most important image, because what are people going to see when they search for a certain keyword? I mean, they might see they're going to see our product listing there, but they're just going to see the tiny images. So we need to be able to stand out with that tiny image, right? All right. And then, I mean, add notes, whatever you want for the graphic designer, and then just create this kind of like purpose, titles, text, and what you want the image to look like, and other things that you want to have, other instructions that you want to give to the designer.